Hello everyone, I'm back with another fan-made expansion for the Divinity Original Sin board game. This time I'm calling it Unofficial Addendum II, and it adds totem summoning into the game. If you don't have the Divinity board game yet, you can get it either at Larian's merch store, or order it directly off of the Divinity board game website. And let's get right into what you're going to get with this expansion. So in the expansion, you'll be provided with 2 PDFs, one for the rules and one for the print and play components. We'll start by taking a look at what's in the rules. So here you're going to see all the components you're going to get with this expansion. This expansion will give you 2 Conjure Totem skill cards. These are new skills that can be added directly to the game, so just put these with the other summoning skills. They're both at level 1, so you're going to be able to access this Conjure Totem skill directly from character creation if you so wish. You're also going to get 35 totem cards and 35 totem tokens. For each of those, there are 5 cards or tokens for the different types. So there are 5 fire totem tokens and 5 fire totem cards, and so on. The tokens and the cards each have a letter code to help you map which tokens go to which cards. For example, fire totem A card goes with fire totem A token. To add this expansion to the game, simply make those 2 new skill cards available to players, and place the totem cards and the totem tokens nearby. And that's it. This is a pure edition, so unlike Unofficial Addendum 1, my other expansion for the board game, there are no recommended substitutions of cards or changes to text on cards or anything like that. This can be simply just added in as is. It is compatible with the base game or any of the expansions, official expansions with the base game, or with my unofficial expansion 1 as well, so this can be added in freely with no limitation. It won't conflict with anything. So how does this actually work in practice? To start off, you'll cast the Conjure Totem skill like you would any other skill, and then place it in your cooldown. The Conjure Totem skill is going to target an area, so that can be either a tactical space or a standard space. That is the zone where you're going to put a totem down. The type of totem is dynamic, depending on, first, the environmental effect there. So, for example, if there's currently a fire surface down, then you'll place a fire totem. If there is no environmental effect, then a basic wood totem would be placed. The exception to this is if any character in that space has the bleeding status, origins, or minions. If that's true, then you may choose to put a blood totem down instead of either the basic or elemental totem. Usually that's probably going to be the better bet, because blood totems deal direct damage, so they'll be able to bypass any armor, whereas the others will still have to go through the armor. So when you put down a totem of that type, once you know the type of totem, you're going to take a relevant totem token and put it in that space, and then take the mapped totem card and put that card directly in your cooldown at position 2. And that's going to keep track of the lifespan of the totem. So your cooldown's kind of doing double duty for your own skills and keeping track of your totems. Take note that the totem card goes in your cooldown, not the active summon spot. What this means is that your active summon slot is still freed up. So you could have an active summon, such as an incarnate, at the same time as your totems. And that was an intentional design choice to make summoning more well-rounded and to give people more options. When totem cards slide left on your cooldown, like anything else, they make an automated attack. Generally, totems are going to target the nearest enemy with the least relevant armor, with the least HP, in that order. The rules for targeting are detailed here in the rulebook and then also on the totem cards themselves. When they make that attack, they're going to use the stats on their card. All totems use 1 white die for the base of their attack, but then you also get to add on your level to that as well. Totems also, when rolling specials, are able to apply a status. So what this means in practice is that no matter what you roll on that white die, something's going to happen, because you're either going to be able to do damage from just the level, you're going to get a bit of extra damage from that die result, or you're going to be able to apply a status whenever the one side of the white die showing the special symbol shows. When a totem slides off of your cooldown, it makes one final attack, and then the totem card and its connected totem token are removed. It self-destructs. It reaches the end of its lifespan. This means that totems, over the course of their lifespan, get to make at most 2 attacks before they expire. Totems are destroyed when they expire, but they can also be destroyed just as they're out on the map, as they are physical entities there. Totems are considered as only having 1 HP, which means that any hit is going to destroy them. Origins may choose to target totems with single attacks, but minions and bosses will never target totems directly. Of course, totems may be caught in the middle of an area attack by origins, minions, or bosses and still be destroyed that way. But minions and bosses will never single out totems. You can't use totems as a meat shield. When you leave a location, simply just clear out all totem cards and totem tokens. You don't get to carry those with you. The rulebook also has 2 pages of notes here. These pages are intentionally left blank for printing purposes. And then credits at the end. Let's take a look now at the print and play components. So here you'll see your print and play components have all of the tokens, one side just showing the token icon and the other side showing the letter over top of the token icon for mapping. You have all of your pages of cards, again, labeled A through E, each of them. And then you have your 2 Conjure Totem cards. And all of these cards are given the unique identifier UAII for Unofficial Addendum II, and that'll help you distinguish at a glance which cards belong to this fan expansion, which cards belong to my first fan expansion, and which cards belong to the base game or the official expansions. If you want to access those files, you can download them either from BoardGameGeek.com or from my personal website. We'll take a look here at Board Game Geek. So here we are at the Divinity Original Sin board game homepage. And you just click on Files and scroll down the list until you find Unofficial Addendums II, Totems. Once you go here, you'll see that you'll have the zip file. This has both PDFs there, so you'll get the same content downloading it here as if you would on my personal site. If you do take a look at it, please leave a thumbs up if you like it, either here at BoardGameGeek.com or on this video. If you have any questions or comments, or if you notice anything that you would like to suggest, maybe you see a misspelling or you think that there's a balance issue, again, feel free to comment here at the video or over on BoardGameGeek.com. I welcome any feedback, as that's invaluable for me figuring out how to improve my existing projects and what to do for any projects going forward. Most of these projects I do are all done solo, so it's easy when working solo on a project where you can kind of get blinders and lose sight of things. I hope that you all have a great time adding this into your Divinity board game playthroughs, and I look forward to sharing more content with you in the future.